Moria. Moria, for the dance tonight, will you please lay out my chinchilla wrap?
Yes, Miss Chavez.
And also my silver lame gown from Schiaparelli and the Patu model with the gold sequins. I'll have to make up my mind later whether I'm in the mood for gold or silver.
Oh, very well, Miss Charters. Shall I prepare your bath now?
No, I'm going to lie down and rest until it's time to dress. And, Moria, please see that I'm not disturbed, will you?
Yes, Miss Charters.
And also send in my secretary.
Yes, Miss Charters. You sent for me, Miss Charters?
Yes. Did you call Mrs. Shuckner about the guest list for her dinner?
I'm checking it over right now, Miss Charters.
Very good.
They're all quite acceptable. Except one. There's one you wouldn't like.
Oh, that's splendid. It's so much easier to be witty when there's someone there to be nasty to. Moria, there's someone at the door. Will you answer it, please?
I can't. I haven't got that far in the book yet. Besides, it's only the wind anyway.
Well, pretend it isn't. Besides, you got to learn sometime, you know.
If you'll give me your card, I'll see if Miss Charters is in. For Miss Charters. For you, Miss Charters.
No, I'm not in.
Not in? I'm very sorry, but Miss Charters says she's not in. Good day. Good day. Mr. Hendricks! Did you get it? Did you get it?
I certainly did.
Oh, he got it, Girls, he got it! Isn't it wonderful?
Mr. Hendricks, we all love you. Now, how much do we get in cash?
Not so fast, young lady. There's a certain legal procedure to be followed.
Yes, I know.
My briefcase. Where's my briefcase?
Oh, yes. All right, I got your hat. Now, if you'll just proceed this way, we'll get right down to business. Down you go. There you
Now,
go.
if you three girls would just sit down over there and compose yourself. Whereas, in due accordance with the testamentary instructions appended herewith...
Hey, you can skip all that.
Don't you want to go about this properly?
No!
Very well. Your Aunt Emma
Hold
left
my hand, Pam. Here it comes.
a number of unpaid bills.
You mean we owe money instead of getting money?
No, with everything paid, including the inheritance tax, you three charter sisters still get $5,872.
A pin!
Oh, wonderful. That's so much more than we expected, Mr. Hendricks.
Oh, wait a minute. $5,872 in all.
Oh.
Isn't much, is it?
Well, all right. Where do we sign?
Right here. All of you.
Me next.
There's mine.
Now, here's the check.
Oh, look at it, Mo.
And I made a list of nice, safe investments for you.
No, you don't. None of that 3% for us.
Now, you take Southern Kansas Gas and Power
Yeah,
Corporation.
you take it. We don't
Mighty
want it.
Sound Security.
There you
They
are.
showed a profit last year
Yeah.
of something like $10,782,000.
We'll talk all about it tomorrow, Mr. Hendricks. Thanks for coming by. Thank you. We love you. Ooh, money. Oh, $5,872.
Maybe Mr. Hendricks is right, Pam. Maybe we should invest our money.
We are, Liz, in the best investment a girl can make.
That's a lot of money to put in you, Pam. We don't know for sure you can get a rich husband.
Well, that's why we're going to California, isn't it, to find out. Now, you mingle with plumbers and you're going to marry a plumber. Mingle with millionaires and chances are you'll marry a millionaire.
And after Pam gets one, it'll be simple enough for her to get both of us one. Yeah, suppose you flop. Then where are we?
Well, at least we try to get ourselves something better. Say, come here. Look at that. Now, what's she got that I haven't got, or you, or Liz?
A big limousine.
Well, there's no reason why I shouldn't be riding around a limousine like that. After all, that's what I was intended for.
Well, it seems to me if you'd been intended to be the girl with that car, you'd have been made that girl, instead of being put here on a chicken farm in Kansas. Maura may be right there, Pam.
Yes, she may be right, but she also may be wrong. You must remember, Liz, there are thousands of girls all over the world who feel exactly the same way as I do about it. Why, all they need to get rich husbands and a decent existence is an opportunity to wear smart clothes and to be seen in the right places.
Just the same, it isn't the right way to get a husband. You ought to fall in love with a man first, then marry him.
Liz, I've tried to make you understand. It's just as easy to fall in love with a rich man as it is with a poor one.
Oh, Pam, you've been saying these things to us for a year now. And now I'm more against the plan than ever.
All right. All right, you two can stay right here if you want to. Freezing in the winter, roasting in the summertime. Rushing out to wait on customers every time they ring that silly little bell for you. But not for me. I'd rather be in Santa Barbara listening to lovely music than here listening to that everlasting chicken cackle. You know, after all, kids, we did draw cards to find out which one of us would have this chance, and I happened to win. Now, it's quite all right with me if you two want to back out. I'll just take my share of it and try the plan alone. All I have to say is it's a fine thing when your own sisters haven't any faith in you.
Darling. Oh, honey, don't.
You think I can't get a husband?
Oh, Pam, please.
You think I'm not pretty enough?
Oh, no.
You don't like me and you don't think anybody else does. You're right, too.
Oh, it isn't that, Pam. You could get anybody you want. Oh, Pam, darling, we'll go with you.
You will, huh? Well, okay. Come on. We're on our way to California. Yippee!
Yes. Yes, thank you. Your call, Mr. Haddington. You can take it in booth 3.
Oh, thank you. I'll take it right here, if you don't mind.
Yes, yes, of course. Put Mr. Haddington's party on here. You are.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You have reservations for Miss Charters and party?
Miss Charters? Oh, yes, we were expecting you.
Oh, that's fine. There are just 3 of us. Myself, my secretary, and my maid.
I see a strong family resemblance.
Oh, you do?
Yes. Yes, indeed. We have the Erskine Charters with us here every season.
Oh, of course. Well, are they here now?
No, they're in the south of France.
Oh, I see.
Didn't you know?
Oh, no. You see, we haven't spoken to that branch of the family for years.
Oh. Oh.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hello? Who do you want? I called you. Oh, that's right. Yes, I did. This is Steve Harrington. What am I doing here? Or what do you think I'm doing? I'm looking for a nice girl who's very rich and incidentally very beautiful.
Boy, bungalow number 7 for Miss Charters.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
I hope you'll be very comfortable there.
Thank you. I'm sure we will be.
Pam, he's still staring at you.
I'll ignore him. He's just after our money.
Oh, it's all just too wonderful. I hope that doesn't keep up all night.
Oh, I do. I love it. However, I suppose the proper thing to do is to complain. Liz, now. Come on, the door, come on.
Good evening, ladies. Champagne.
Champagne? Oh, I didn't order any champagne.
And no, ma'am. Mr. Waterbury sent it over from his party next door.
Oh. Oh, really? Well, I was just about to call up and complain about that party.
Everybody is, but it don't do no good. We gotta be very careful how we handle Mr. Waterbury.
Oh? Who is this Mr. Waterbury?
Could you get me a napkin, please?
Yes.
Waiter. Waiter.
Huh?
Who is Mr. Waterbury?
Oh, Arthur Glenn Waterbury, you know. Paper boxes and doilies.
Oh, yes, you mean Arthur Glenn Waterbury the third, of course,
Yes,
of
ma'am.
course.
Who's he?
Who's he? Why, Liz, he's only,
One of the Big Ten, that's
just
all.
one of the Big Ten, that's all.
10 what?
Why, the
10 of the richest men in America.
10 of the richest men in America.
Oh, thank you very much. Sure, he came into 20 million his last birthday.
No.
Gets another slice in 1940. And if he lives until he's 28, then he really gets some dough.
Right. Oh!
Excuse me. Just for two?
Yes, just for two. Oh, my. It certainly is nice to know we're next door to one of the right people.
And he is a right guy. Just as regular as you and me. Of course, he's a little stiff right now. This party's been going on for 3 days.
Here's to Mr. Waterbury.
Bottoms up.
Huh?
And Mr. Waterbury always says that.
Oh, Mr. Waterbury, yes. Is he going to be here long?
As soon as we can sober him up, he's going on his honeymoon.
Honeymoon?
Yeah.
Oh.
He met a chorus girl on the train coming down here. 3 days later, they were married. You ought to see her. Hard as nails. She only married him for his money. Can you imagine that?
Yes, huh? I suppose there are women like that in the world.
Say, there's plenty of them around here. And I can spot them a mile off.
Yeah. You can, huh?
Sure.
But, it all sort of terrifies me.
What, lady?
Well, if there are women here who will marry for money, there must be men like that here, too, huh?
The joint's full of them, lady.
Oh, I was afraid of that. What's your name?
Mike.
What?
Mike Brophy. And if there's anything I hate, it's gold diggers.
Oh, I, too. You see, Mike, so many men have pretended to be interested in me when all they really cared about was my,
Your bankroll, huh?
Mm-hmm. I only feel safe with men who have money. Because rich men have nothing to gain by marrying me.
I get you.
Oh, you could help me so much, Mike, if you could give me an idea of just who is who in Santa Barbara.
Say, you couldn't have picked out a better man to ask.
Oh, really?
There's 2 guys right here in this hotel that you could depend on.
Uh-huh.
Swell guys with plenty of sugar. For instance, there's Van.
Van?
Yeah, Smith. His mother was a Van Dam.
Van Dam?
Yeah, you know the Van Dams. They're always giving zoos to deserving cities. They like animals, and it cuts down on their income tax.
Oh, yeah.
Then there's Steve Harrington.
Steve, seems to me I've heard that name somewhere before.
Isn't that the nice-looking young man you snubbed, Pam, because you thought he was a fortune hunter?
That's it.
Oh, not Steve. He's got all the dough in the world. Big ranch up at Del Monte. They don't come any better than old Steve.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Mike. Oh, you've no idea how much help you've been.
It's all right. Maybe you can do something for me sometime.
I hope so.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
You know, I think he's awfully cute. He's a gold mine.
When do you start?
Just as soon as I can get some sleep. Good night, Liz. Good night,
Come on,
Liz.
Liz, let's turn in. We go to the top in the morning.
Hey, you better look out!
You luff up and I'll bear away.
What? What'd you say?
Push the tiller away from you. Towards me. To the east. Look out for the boom. Mind the boom. You get...
Help! Help! I'm drowning!
I can't. I'm sorry.
All right, don't struggle. I got you. Let go of me. Let go! You're dragging me down.
Nice going, lady. Don't give up. Give it everything you got. Come on, you're a cinch now. That's right. Right over here. Ah, you mom.
You're choking me.
Oh, that's gratitude for you. Great work, I say. Hey!
Hey! Hey!
There you are. Say, I'm going to see you get a medal for this.
It's a great time. Great time to start helping.
Well, you were doing all right. I didn't want to chisel in on your glory.
Glory.
I believe that was just what I needed to make me relax. That was a wonderful punch. Where does a girl like you pick up a wallop like that?
It sort of surprised me, too.
Tell me something. Why did you do it?
Why? Why, you were drowning. You were clutching at me like an... I had to do something.
Oh, nonsense. I was just trying to hold on to you till I could get out of these.
Oh.
Well, let that be a lesson to you. Never try to remove your boots in the presence of a lady.
Yeah, now I am mad. Here I thought I'd done something wonderful.
It's still a wonderful punch, and I'm proud to have been connected with it.
Well, come on up and stretch out in the sun and soak.
All right. Come on. Oh. Oh.
Say, what about introductions? I'm Steve Harrington.
I blush to admit my name is Smith.
Oh, isn't that perfect? It fits so nicely, you see.
Oh, there's a Van Dam that goes with it, but we try never to mention that.
Van Dam Smith?
Yes, you've heard of him?
Oh, no, of course not. It's just such a silly name, that's all.
Van Dam Smith. Who ever heard of a name like that?
Mr. Harrington, eventually I shall have to meet your charming companion.
Yes, you must do that.
Yes.
Oh, her?
Yeah.
Well, she is charming, isn't she?
And brave.
And strong.
And pretty, too.
But who is she?
Well, we've never met.
Now, look, this is my island. I have a right to know my guests.
Oh, no, really, we're absolute strangers, aren't we?
Now, tell me the truth. Haven't you two ever met before?
I wanted to meet her.
Oh, and it would have to happen just when I look my worst. Isn't that awful? Say, if either one of you two a mirror.
She's a sassy wench, isn't she?
I got beautifully cut the first time I tried to meet her.
Oh, say, I am sorry about that. But I'm going to make up for every bit of it.
Well, looks like that sock on the jaw is going to be the start of a very beautiful friendship between you two.
Yes, you've got a lot to make up for. You better start pretty soon.
All right. I'll tell you what I'll do. You can take me to dinner tonight. How's that?
Wonderful.
That'll be fine. Then I can start working on you right away, huh?
Good.
Well, the trick worked.
What trick? What do you mean? What are you
That
talking
near
about?
shipwreck was deliberately planned just to get a date for the night.
Why, I assure you that I was...
I was sitting right here, and I saw you plainly going along minding your own business when he cut his boat right across your prow. And the obvious business of pretending to drown with his boots on, just so that you could rescue it.
Yeah.
It was crude, but it worked.
It did, didn't it?
Yes. I'm surprised you went for it.
Oh, well,
I think he's very amusing.
Oh, I do,
Well,
too.
there's nothing to be ashamed of, Harrington. She's worth it.
Thank you.
Remind me to order a very small table tonight, just for two.
Oh, all right.
Do you feel like trying to swim in now?
Yes, I think I could make it. Will you give me a pull? You
And you two thought I couldn't even get one millionaire. I cast my body on the waters and came back with two of them. That just makes our chances twice as good now.
Oh, Pam, you're wonderful. You haven't gotten a date with that Smith yet.
No, but I will have. Steve tonight, then what's this in the morning? Steve for lunch, Van for cocktails, and that's the way it'll be from now on. That's probably Steve now. You see, he couldn't even wait. Hurry up, answer. Hey, the door, close it.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
If Miss Charters is as brilliant as I think, she's expecting me.
Yes, sir.
He says you're expecting him.
Well, of course. I didn't expect you so soon, Mr. Harrington, but I'm awfully glad that you came a little early. Shut up, sit down. I had a sneaking hunch we were going to be pestered by that Van Smith person. Oh, hello.
Hello. Mr. Harrington couldn't come, and I didn't want you to be lonesome. He was called out of town.
Oh. Oh, are you sure?
Oh, sure, I'm sure. I'm the one that had him called.
That's just what I thought.
Oh.
No, I was trying to get rid of you. Didn't you take a hint?
Oh.
If you gentlemen will just make yourselves comfortable, I'll be with you in just a moment.
But Pam, you're all ready. They're waiting.
Suppose that moment's up yet?
An hour and a half ago.
I bet you sneaked out the back way to meet somebody else.
Yes, it's... Say, we better find out.
Oh. Oh, I hope I didn't detain you.
No, not at all.
Well, shall we go?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Thank you.
My, but they look grand. You said it. And this way we have our money on a 2-to-1 shot.
2.
4. I win. My dance.
Been going on all night.
I'm sorry, Steve.
No mirrors, I don't know how he does it.
Cigarette, sir?
No, thank you. Oh, tell me, have you any good books?
Be sure and give it back to me.
How'd you happen to have this?
I'm not doing so good around here either.
Oh, I see.
Why, that's no way to talk. Marriage is very beautiful.
Really?
Yes.
What has it to offer?
Well, romance?
But I have romance. Right in the palm of my hand.
No, seriously. Don't you believe in marriage?
Sure.
Well, that's nice to know.
I believe madhouses, too, but I wasn't figuring on entering one.
Oh, you thinking about it now?
No, I'm thinking of writing a searching article on this climate.
The climate?
Its effect on the human intelligence.
Oh.
The higher the temperature, the lower a man's resistance. Now, when a man's cold, he's practically immune to romance. But let there be warmth and anything can happen. Look what's happening to people around here every day. As a matter of fact, look what's happening to me.
What, for instance?
Well, it's like this, Pam.
That was your dance that just finished.
Oh, Steve.
It's a good thing you interrupted me. There's no telling what I might have said.
Well, I'll go on where you left off, and you go on where I left off. That's page 31. Now we're even.
Even?
You saved me from the briny deep, and I saved you from Van.
And you couldn't have waited another second either, could you?
Say, what was he talking about anyway?
Ah, the climate.
A cad, huh?
No, he's not a cad. He's a very nice young man.
He's a very nice young man, and I wish I could get rid of him. I'm not such a good dancer as he is, am I?
No, as a matter of fact, you're not.
It's awful that I'm losing ground every minute. We better sit down. Over there?
Well, this looks like a very nice one.
Just right for 2.
Thank you. You know, this is very apt to get us into something.
That is my fondest hope.
Oh, my, this is romantic, isn't it?
Very romantic. Do you like barbecued beef?
I beg your pardon.
No, that's a serious question. Do you like barbecued beef?
Well, I don't know. I've never eaten it.
Well, just say yes. And horses.
Barbecued?
And this is important. Riding horses.
Yes, I love horses. I'd rather ride than eat.
Good. And what about Mexican pottery? Bright reds and blues and yellows?
But why? Why all these questions?
Because our ranch is full of it.
Oh? Are you thinking of sending for your ranch?
No, I'm thinking of a way to get rid of Van so that we can be alone.
Well, had you any idea in particular?
Well, if we go through with this little plan, we'll never be bothered by him again if he has any sense of decency.
The trouble is he hasn't.
Oh, hello.
Go right ahead, my lad. Don't let me stop you.
Say, Liz, can you get into one of my evening gowns?
Well, most of the way in.
Oh, that's good. Because you're going with Van and Steve and me tonight.
Really, Pam? I'll dress right away. As soon as I finish going over the bills.
All right.
That's dandy. So I stay home alone.
Oh, not alone, Mo. Mike will make his usual visit. He hasn't missed yet.
Everybody goes to nice places except me. I don't know why I ever agreed to this business anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pumpkin. But Liz just has to go. I've got to get one of them alone just once.
Well, you can't stall much longer. Our money's about gone, isn't it, Liz?
Just a minute.
And you haven't even had a proposal.
Well, I never thought there could be such a thing as too many millionaires.
Here it is. Even if we check out tomorrow, our bill will be $100 more than we have.
Well, I've told the two gentlemen I'm leaving. Now, that certainly ought to make things pop.
Well, it better.
Well, could you have done better, Mo?
Well, I'm doing all right. At least I've had a proposal.
You have?
Certainly. Moira, from whom?
Mike, the rolling bartender.
Certainly. Who else?
Say, maybe he has $100, huh, in case anything goes wrong.
Oh, no, Pam, I couldn't do that.
Why not?
Why, he'd think I was a gold digger, and that's what he hates most.
But you're only borrowing it, Mo. There they are. Go on, answer that door. Hey, Liz, wait a minute. Come back here. All right.
Hello,
Good
darling.
evening, darling. I would just... Pins and needles.
Pins and
What
needles.
goes up the chimney?
Smoke.
What comes down the chimney?
Santa Claus.
Make a wish.
Good evening, gentlemen. You know my secretary, Miss Cartwright.
Certainly. Hello, Liz.
Hello, Elizabeth. We're old friends. We spent many a happy lifetime waiting for you to get dressed.
Oh, you have. Well, tonight you can wait for her to dress. Run along, darling, and hurry. It's her birthday, and I promised her she could come along with us. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, grand.
Well, you gentlemen just make yourselves at home, and we won't be
A moment, I know.
We came prepared.
Oh, well, enjoy yourself.
Thank you. And I'll just take a card.
Any particular card?
No, anyone you want. That's a nice one.
Very peculiar thing.
Which one do you want me to take, Steve?
Van's my man. You keep Steve with you if you have to sit on him.
Oh, I'd love it.
So they finally did it. Where could they have gone?
I don't know. My eyes were closed. But they'll probably be right back.
What if I know that Van Dam Smith?
Come on, honey. Tell me what ails you. You know old Mike's the guy that can fix things.
Not this, I'm afraid.
You aren't worried about the Miss Charters.
Oh, no.
No, I feel sort of responsible for her after recommending those two fellas that are always with her.
No, you see, this is about my sister.
Your sister?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know you had one.
Well, I don't talk about her much around here. Right now, she's a little short of money.
Oh. Most everybody is these days.
She wants to get home to Kansas, and she hasn't got the $100 she needs.
Gee, that's tough.
I don't want to ask Miss Charters for it, and I don't know anybody around here except you. And, well, I wouldn't want to ask you.
I don't know who else you could ask.
I don't want to burden you with my family. And...
Funny thing is, I got $100 I've been saving to buy an engagement ring. What if you feel so bad about your sister?
Oh, Mike, you're wonderful. Oh, you're wonderful, Mike. Oh.
Hey,
What's
hey,
the matter?
I'm late. I got to get back to work. Come on.
I wonder what the fish think of on a night like this.
Oh, other fish, I suppose. And thinking how they'd rather eat them than look at them.
On a moonlight night? Shame on you. No, they're probably whirling around the light, letting the moon splash on their scales and looking very handsome.
Ah, that's a lovely thought. Millions of little slippery gentlemen, all dressed up and wearing tails, huh?
That's right. Oh, they've got our place. beg your pardon. We had no idea that this was your
Oh,
place.
no. We were just resting, that's all.
It isn't really our place, but... Gee, we come here every Thursday night.
Well, I don't want you to think a thing about it because we're really only tourists here anyway.
Yes.
Excuse us.
Good night.
Good night.
Ah, this has been a lovely evening, Van.
All evenings are lovely with you.
This one I'll remember forever.
It's your last one here. Our last one together.
Oh, don't let's think about that. It'll make all this sad instead of wonderful.
Make all this one of those holiday romances. You have a few swell weeks together, get crazy about each other, and you have to say goodbye.
And then an empty feeling as though all the joy had gone out of life forever.
You write a few letters back and forth, less and less often.
We probably meet each other again sometime. Perhaps we pass each other on a dance floor.
We'd smile, and that'd be about all. Just be somebody you thought meant a lot once, didn't mean anything anymore.
Oh, no, Van, no.
It couldn't be that way with us.
No.
It means so much more to me.
Oh, to me, too. Much more than I thought any romance could ever mean.
Well, then this can't be the end. Only the beginning. Let's not go in for a while.
Well, let's never go in. Let's keep right on walking like this.
Up an aisle, to an altar.
And then on again. You and I, Van, always.
You'll marry me then?
Yes, darling. I'll marry you. Oh, darling, darling. What's it over there?
You're making an awful mistake, but don't let me stop you.
No. No, I won't. Come here.
I have all the social accomplishments, I suppose. I dance well, ski well, play polo fairly well. And when I sing in my bath, I sing on key.
Man in a million.
And most important of all for a happy married life, I quarrel beautifully and make up again beautifully.
Which qualifies you as the perfect husband. Van. Van, there's something I want to tell you.
All right, fire away.
I'm not a rich girl. I came out here looking for a rich husband. I even planned out a campaign, and it was only the most glorious luck in the world that I fell in love with you. But it wouldn't have mattered. I swear to you, if you'd set up pins in a bowling alley, I'd have loved you anyway.
But I thought you were a chartist.
Yes, from a little poultry farm in the state of Kansas. Oh, it was a miserable little farm. I always dreamed of running away to all the bright things that I've known here. Clothes, people, music, love.
I can't believe it. It sounds incredible. Your private bungalow, your beautiful clothes, your maid, and your secretary.
I gambled all the money I had in the world. A $5,000 legacy, and now even that's gone. Well, then it won't make any difference, will it?
Well, yes, naturally it is. You see, I haven't got a dime to my name, and more than that, I'm hopelessly in debt. Brutal as it may seem, I'm here to marry a rich girl myself.
Oh, but you have millions. You're a Van Dam Smith.
Yes, my grandfather had millions, nice fat millions. But he left all them in trust to support his zoos. Takes every penny I can get to make good the obligations he left me. We've been faking our position for years.
Oh.
Well, we certainly double-crossed each other beautifully, didn't we?
Yes, we certainly did. Well, it's awfully nice to have known you, Mr. Smith.
And you too, Miss Charters.
Darling, we're not going to let this stop us. There's no reason in the world why we can't be married anyway, even if neither of us have any money.
Wouldn't work, Pam.
Why not? Lots of people get married without money. You could get a job. Huh?
Now, look, you came out here and sank everything you had to get a rich husband. I'm not going to let you tie yourself up to somebody that's broke.
Oh, but Van, surely you don't think I care anything about that? What I started out to get and what I got doesn't matter. I'm in love with you.
But I tell you, it won't work.
But why not?
All these dreams would come up again. It's a bad foundation. We haven't got a chance.
Oh, Van, all these little things...
Now, wait. You came out here to get a rich husband, and that's what you're going to get. Why should I be the one to stand in the way of all your plans? Steve's the one for you. He's in love with you, and he can give you everything in the world to make you happy.
Van, if you loved me, you couldn't talk to me this way. You couldn't.
But don't you understand? I'm trying to help you get the very thing that you really want.
Yes, I understand. I understand perfectly.
But Pam, believe me, that's the only way it can be. Hi, how are you?
Not so hot, thanks.
Give me a glass of milk.
Huh?
Milk?
You don't look so good yourself. Anything happen?
Anything happen? No, nothing at all. Everything's just fine. I'm leaving town in the morning.
Not alone by any chance?
Yep, alone. Did you ever have a good kick in the pants?
Oh, yes, often. Why?
I just had mine.
From anybody we know?
Well, I was saying, it hits you sort of hard to find out she just has you around to keep her in a holiday mood. Just a handyman on the dance floor or a surfboard.
I thought it was very serious between you two.
Yeah, you think it is. You find out she just has you around to keep her from getting serious about somebody she's really in love with. Oh, come on, stick around. Let's make a night of it.
No, thank you. I must go now.
Mike.
Yes, sir.
You better push that baby buggy of yours over to the Charter's hacienda. I think there's going to be cause for celebration over there.
I'm on my way.
It's all right, Pam. We don't mind going back to Kansas.
The only trouble with me is, Liz, I'm a washout. I picked the wrong man and gave him every break. And ignored how really sweet and decent Steve was.
Well, you couldn't have known. I'd have gone for Van myself if it hadn't been for Mike.
Oh, why did Van ever have to show up? If I'd never seen him, I could have been perfectly happy and in love with Steve.
If it's Van, what'll I say?
If it's Van, tell him very politely that I never want to see him again.
Well, I'll tell him, but I won't be very polite about it.
You could still go to Steve.
Oh, no, Liz, not after the way I've ignored him. I couldn't.
Steve.
Miss Charters will be right in, Mr. Harrington.
Thank you. Pam.
Steve.
You've been crying. Oh, I've been awfully clumsy trying to tell you, but really, you've meant so much to me, Pam, that I've been a little overwhelmed when I've tried to tell you how much. But if you'll marry me, I'll prove to you the things that I say so badly.
You mean you really want me, Steve? Oh, Steve. And what about the ranch and all the barbecued beef?
And the horses, we'll all love it.
And all the Mexican pottery, the bright red and blue and yellow.
Oh, everything's going to look bright to me.
Oh, I hope so.
Darling. Elizabeth!
I'm here.
I'm going to marry Pam. I'll never ask you to propose to anybody for me again. And you're coming with us. Oh, darling. Now I'm going to make all the arrangements. You leave for the ranch tonight, as soon as you get packed.
All right, Steve. Oh, I doubt very much, Liz, if I deserve anything as nice as that. As a matter of fact, I know I don't.
Listen, honey, nothing can separate us. No matter where you go, I'll get to you somehow.
Mo, through that door has just come the luckiest girl in the world.
I told you it was just as easy to fall in love with a rich man as a poor one.
Oh, Pam.
Huh?
Oh, shh. What's the matter with you? I think it's marvelous. Pam getting a rich husband like Steve. You should be proud of your sister.
Sisters, I've been took by gold diggers. I not only helped you do your gold digging, but I put my money in it. Oh, this is awful.
But, Mike...
No buts. I may have been made a monkey of, but I can fix that, too. I'm going right over to Mr. Harrington and tell him that me and him has been given the works.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh, yes,
no,
I
you're
am.
not.
Don't you hit me with that.
Oh, get him! Get him, Mo! Don't let him get away! No, Mike. Mike, don't go. Mike, come here. No, Mike, I promise.
Oh,
Mike, now go on. No, Mike, we promise. Now, Mike,
oh, get away from me.
No. Get away. Now, Mike, I'm warning you. Oh, Mike. Oh, Mike, she's fainted. Oh, Mike. Oh, no. Oh, darling.
Oh, Mike.
Mike, go on, get some smelling salts. Will you hurry up?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, darling. No, not in there. In the bathroom. Hurry up.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, darling. Oh, yeah. Come on. Good work, Mo.
Hey!
Now, hurry up, kids. We gotta get out of here before he spoils everything. Get the trunk, sir. Out there in the closet.
Hey, let me out of here! You can't do this to me! Hey, it doesn't look right, me in a lady's bathroom! Come on! Hey, let me out of here! Help! Murder, please! Hey, oh, come on, please, let me out of here! Hey! Ow. Ooh. I'll follow you wherever you go. I'll tell Steve Harrington about this. You'll never get rid of me now. I'm mad.
Nobody'll hear him, sure.
I'll fix that.
Hey, come on, let me out of here, will you? Hey, come on. Let me out now. I won't stand here any longer.
We're almost there, aren't we, Steve?
Yes, almost. Of course, you're not really there when we get there.
Huh?
You see, there's a 5-mile drive from the gate to the ranch house.
Oh. Just imagine having a 5-mile front yard.
We do everything big here in California.
Yes. Oh, I do hope your sister likes me.
Oh, don't worry about Miriam. She likes everybody.
Oh? Well, do you think she'll be up when we get there?
Oh, sure, she'll be up. Trouble is, nobody ever knows where she'll be. You see, my sister is one of those people you can't always rely on. In fact, sometimes she does things that a lot of people would call odd. I don't want you to judge her too harshly to start with, because whatever she does, she always means well.
Yes, of course.
I don't suppose you know where she went, Mrs. Killian.
Oh, Miss Miriam never tells me where she's going. She just goes. Anyhow, it's too early for her. It's only 3:30.
No, thank you.
Oh, won't you have some scalloped oysters? Why, you're not eating anything.
Well, I do have some, Miss Charters. They're delicious.
Oh, there she is now. When she comes home laughing like that, I always know where she's been.
Home on the range where the deer and the... Stevie, darling, I'm so happy to see you. Bless your heart. You look marvelous. Are these yours?
Oh, well, in a way, yes.
Steve, they're lovely. What are you going to do with them?
Well, you see, I got engaged when I was in Santa Barbara.
Engaged to all three?
No, of course.
Oh, Steve, I'm delighted. I was so afraid you'd turn out to be an old maid. Oh, darling, I'm so happy. Well, you're just the type of girl that I picked for myself. You know that.
But, Miss Harrington,
Huh?
I'm not... Miss Charters is the fiancée.
I'm so sorry. Say, you're beautiful, too. Say, he did some good picking there for himself, didn't he?
Thank you.
Carrying some food. food. Say, I love nightclubs, but the food they give you isn't really fit for chickens to eat, is it? And I say, draw up a chair and sit down.
Thank you very much.
What did you say?
Thank you very much.
Oh. You know, Stevie always said he'd never get married, but I knew he would the moment the right girl came along. And, honey, you're as pretty as a picture.
Miriam, I'm not marrying her.
Oh.
I'm Miss Charter's maid. Mr. Harrington insisted that I sit down here and eat.
Well, that doesn't keep you from being pretty, does it? What do you say?
I say nothing.
It's about time you did. Why don't you say something? Where did I find you?
In the bar at the Del Monte Hotel.
You know, the funniest thing, I always meet the nicest men in bars. How did you happen to come home with me?
You said you're afraid to drive after you had so many highballs. And would I drive for you, please?
Oh, yes. Was that you? Well, Stevie, he's home again with 3 beautiful girls. Happy days.
Do you like us?
I think it's one of the nicest families I've ever married into.
Say, that reminds me. I must call the hotel and make reservations. Is tomorrow night all right with you? Well,
all right for what, darling?
For the party, darling. Now that you're home, we just can't sit around. We must all go out and celebrate, all right? I'll call the hotel.
This way, please.
I'll sit there.
Hello, Frank. Swing it.
You like this table, Miss Harrington?
Oh, it couldn't be better.
We're not going to be able to hear ourselves think.
Well, who wants to hear themselves think in a nightclub?
What would Madame like tonight?
A couple of men.
Oh, I quite agree with you. There's nothing more gruesome than 3 ladies with 1 escort. And that's, of course, it's 4 ladies.
Yes, that's right.
And Mary, where are you going?
I'm going to the bar, big game hunting.
Oh.
A cocktail, Pam? Elizabeth?
Yes, I think I would. A daiquiri, huh? And 1 for Liz, too.
All right, 3 daiquiris, please. Yes, and some beer for my sister.
Yes, sir.
You're not Vic Roberts from Seattle, are you?
No, I regret to say that I'm not.
No, I didn't think you were. You don't look like him.
However, I am Van Dam Smith, in case you're interested.
Oh, I'm more than interested. I'm delighted. Are you alone?
Absolutely.
Well, I can't see why.
Well, don't you ever get bored with people?
Oh, I'll say I do. But I've got some marvelous people that I'd like you to meet over here. Let's put that down.
Oh.
I do think a church wedding is so beautiful.
Oh, so do I.
Well, then why don't we have one? It doesn't make a bit of difference to me.
Van!
Hello, Steve.
Do you two know each other?
Oh, I'll say we do.
And me thinking I'd found a stranger.
Elizabeth, Pam, look who's here.
How do you do, Van?
Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Pam.
Hello, Van.
Waiter, bring up a chair. In here, Van. Sit
Isn't this marvelous? Just one jolly little family.
The Arthur Greers are down for the polo tournament. He wants me to play on his team.
Gosh, it's swell to see you again, isn't it, Pam?
Oh, yes. Yes, swell.
Would you care to dance with me, Miss Harrington?
Are you any good?
I have some excellent references.
Well, I only believe what I see, so try it out on Pam, and if she comes back unscarred, we'll talk it over.
Like another one, Elizabeth?
No, thank you.
Say, what did you say his name was?
Oh, Van Dam Smith. You know, they give away zoos and animals.
Oh, do you think he'd autograph a giraffe for me? Or something? Ooh.
It's wonderful to see you again, Pam.
Oh, thank you. It's always nice to see old friends.
Is that all we are? Just old friends?
Can you think of anything nicer?
Well, I think of something more exciting.
Exciting? But I'm not looking for excitement. Life is full of so many things I never even dreamed of. I'm just now beginning to realize a few of them. No, you see, Van, I'm not quite the same girl you knew in Santa Barbara. I've changed.
Oh. People don't change overnight. They're just the same to me. Just as beautiful, just as exciting, just as desirable.
A while ago, nothing would have thrilled me so much as to have you make love to me. Now, the kindest thing I can say of it is that it's in very poor taste, considering what's happened.
Well, I don't know why. I haven't said anything that you don't already know, and Steve doesn't know.
Well, since it belongs to what might be called yesterday's news, why go on printing it? Oh, no, Van, you and I said goodbye to each other. Let's let it go at that. You know, we really couldn't be further apart if you were east and I were west. I really think you ought to ask Miriam to dance. After all, she found you.
Well, Miss Harrington, it's up to you.
Oh, no, it's up to you. Come over here and sit down a moment. I've got a brilliant idea. You know, Steve told me all about you, Van, and now that we've found you, we can't possibly let you go. You know, you must come home with us tonight and stay over for the wedding. He can be best man.
Yes, he'll be best man.
Well, I'm here with friends. I'm afraid that'll be impossible.
Well, didn't you tell me that you were bored?
Yes.
Now, look here. Do you want to be on hand for Steve's wedding or not?
Well, naturally.
Well, then it's all settled.
Only one thing we can drink on an occasion like this, champagne. Waiter, champagne.
No.
Lots of champagne.
Oh, beer for me.
Oh.
Beer.
Isn't he a beauty, Miss Garthwaite?
Got a fine head, but there's too much red in the earlobe.
You think so?
If you want to breed out a defect, never use a bird like that for a breeder.
Morning, Elizabeth.
Morning, Steve.
Steve here's all set to go. I'll take him this morning. Let's see, get Rainbow ready for Miss Garthwaite and Dead End for Mr. Smith and Lady Chatley for Miss Miriam. What are you doing in my chicken yard? No alibis now.
You don't need none, Mr. Harrington. She's told me enough this morning to fill a book. Thank you, miss.
You're welcome.
How do you know so much about chickens?
Oh, well, I was secretary once to a lady who made a hobby of them, like you do, and I guess I must have learned about them from her.
Well, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I think that's swell.
Where's Pam?
Still asleep, I guess.
What's going on here?
Oh,
Good morning.
Good morning. So when there's so many nice places around here, why in the thunder does anybody have to pick out a chicken yard?
Elizabeth likes chickens.
She only says she does. Nobody in their right mind could like chickens.
Oh, they make awfully good eating, Miss Harrington.
Yes, they're all right to eat, but you don't have to go to bed with them like Steve does. The chicken's such a dumb fowl. I like a bird with personality, you know, like a duck. You've got something there. You know, geese are good, too. No, geese are better. You know, it burns me up when I see a fool woman with no sense and somebody said she's nothing but a goose. If only one woman in 10 had as much sense as a goose,
this wouldn't be a man's world, we know.
Oh.
Elizabeth, this one, the black one, you're on the end. How do you feel now?
Like I never want to see another horse.
Oh, nonsense. We're going to do this every morning from now on.
You ride like one of the Valkyries.
The Valkyries carry dead heroes to Valhalla. When I carry a man around, he's got to have life in him.
I see.
I know the very thing for that soreness. You do that after breakfast.
Oh, look, food. Oh, isn't that marvelous? Take a snoopful of that.
Marvelous.
Oh, boy. When I'm hungry, you can keep a Chanel number 5. Just give me one good whiff of chicken livers.
Miss Harrington, I'm afraid you're one of those carnal women.
Sure I am. I belong to the animal kingdom. I'm no vegetarian. Give me some more. Good morning, everybody.
Hello, darling.
Hello, dear. Blushing bride, no less.
Charters, I believe.
That's right.
This is just what you'd like, Miss Charters. I'll get some more.
Oh, thank you, Elizabeth.
You should have come with us.
You certainly should have.
Well, I wish someone had awakened me.
I was going to, but Miriam wouldn't let me.
Well, I believe in letting sleeping brides lie. I'm no early riser either. But I made a martyr of myself this morning for this luscious thing on my left here. Say, do you like a little rum in your coffee?
No, I always take gin in the morning.
A man after my own heart.
Would you like a roll, sir?
Mike!
How are you, Mr. Harrington?
Mike, old man.
Good morning, Mr. Smith.
My goodness, you people seem to know everybody.
Mike, what are you doing here?
I wanted to talk to you about
Well,
that.
he came to the back door and asked me for a job, and when he told me what he used to be, I hired him on the spot. I've always wanted my own personal bartender, and if anybody objects, they better speak right now or forever hold their peace.
Object. I'm tickled pink.
How are you, Miss Carthwaite?
How are you, Mike?
And how do you do, Miss Charters?
Oh, it's good to see you again, Mike.
Well, someday I'd like to find a man who didn't know anybody.
Right in here, boys.
What on earth's that?
Yes, Killy, what is this?
You ordered them, Miss Harrington, for the barbecue.
The barbecue? Oh, yes, of course, the barbecue. So whatever's behind those things to put them on the table, we'll be in a moment or two.
Right in here, boys.
Somebody giving a barbecue?
Yes, didn't I tell you? Well, I'm giving a barbecue party for you and Pam to celebrate your forthcoming marriage, and everybody in Monterey County is going to be here.
Well, that's awfully sweet of you, Miriam. Thank you.
I want you to meet them, darling.
Oh, of course.
Let's all go and try the things on, shall we?
All right, fine.
Isn't it? Oh, here we are. Oh, the most beautiful.
That looks like a very pretty one. Steve, I'll be right back. Hey, whoa.
Pam, for goodness sake, you look as if you'd seen him.
I have. He's here.
Who?
Mike.
Oh, my goodness. What's he here for?
Oh, blackmail, of course. What do you think he's here for?
Oh, I knew this was too good to last.
Oh, come on. We might as well start packing.
Oh.
Hello, Moira.
Oh, hello, Mike. How are you?
I guess I don't have to tell you why I'm here.
Oh, no, Mike, I quite understand.
Miss Charters, you locked me in your bathroom.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry about that, Mike. Everything we did that night, we had to do. And you got your $100 back, to every penny of it. And, Mike, you won't tell Mr. Harrington about us, will you?
That depends, Miss Charters.
Oh, please, Mike, please don't.
Well, I don't want to have to tell him, but I got principles.
Well,
I want to see how things go here.
Well, we'll do anything you say, Mike.
Oh, yes, anything at all, anything.
You act decent, like the kind of lady Steve Harrington is entitled to for a wife, and I won't say a word.
Oh, I promise I will.
But you're just sort of on probation, see? I'll be watching, and if I see any monkey business, I'll go to Steve and I'll tell him the works.
All right.
May have to kill myself afterwards on account of loving Moira so much. But you just try to put over anything funny, and I'll blow this whole thing to little atoms. anything else?
No, I feel quite comfortable. Thank you. Silent?
Now, how about the High Sierras, the Pacific Ocean, and the Mojave Desert? I've offered you practically everything else.
I'm afraid that still won't be enough.
You'll never get a better offer. What do you say?
Well, I'll tell you, Miss Harrington, it's this way.
Now, don't shilly-shally. You either say yes or no.
Well, then I'm afraid the answer will have to be no. Oh, look who's coming into our patio.
Yes, just look. Hello.
Hello,
Oh,
Ken.
hello. Hi.
Anybody here seen Elizabeth?
Well, she seems to be spending the evening with Fuller Granville, and he's very interested.
He shouldn't be so interested. He only just came back from his honeymoon.
But if you knew his wife as well as I do, you couldn't blame him.
There.
No, thank you.
I'll have some, Mike. Throw a little in here.
Not for me, thank you, Mary.
A little more, Mike. Look at that. Don't be frightened. Thank you.
Is it good, darling?
Very formidable looking.
By the way, where are you two going on your honeymoon?
No, we haven't decided yet. We haven't even discussed it.
Oh, really? Well, why not?
Well, plenty of time for that, Fan.
Plenty of time. You're going to be married tomorrow, aren't you?
Well, I don't think there's anything to make an issue of, do you?
It's just where you're wrong. There's nothing so important to newlyweds as they know just where they're going, just what they're going to do. Too many of them leave everything to chance.
Well, how about Honolulu?
Oh, I'd love Honolulu.
So would I.
I'm against it.
Oh, you are? Well, why?
Well, supposing your bride isn't a good sailor, what have you?
Oh, a situation.
No less. Why, a friend that took his bride to Honolulu and he spent the entire voyage in the men's smoking room.
Must have been all right when they got there, wasn't it?
Well, she got well quick enough to take the next boat back, but they were divorced before the year was over. Nope, Honolulu won't do.
I've got it. Niagara Falls.
All right, I see nothing wrong with Niagara Falls.
Oh, I've always wanted to go there.
Well, darling, if you go there on your honeymoon, you go alone.
Oh, now, don't be difficult.
I'm not being difficult. I just have my heart set on Italy, that's all. Do you mind?
Italy? Oh, you should say not. Italy's fine. I'll probably be there myself. I'll see you.
Oh, well, that ought to be charming. You really expect to be in Italy?
Yes, I have an offer to go there.
Oh, a business offer?
Yes, my friend Arthur Greer has offered me a job there selling refrigerators.
Refrigerators? Oh, well, at last you found a job worthy of your training.
Oh, yes. This job has quite a social significance.
Oh.
Arthur feels that the cause of peace in Europe could best be served by good, cheap refrigerators.
Oh.
But then he's a rank idealist. By the way, you've been promising me a dance all evening. How about this?
Oh, yes, of course, I'd love to. Steve, do you mind?
No, not at all. Miriam, will you dance with me?
My own brother? Of course not. I'd rather be a wallflower.
So you're going to sell refrigerators, are you?
Unless I get a better offer.
Well, I think you probably will. Miriam liked you.
Oh, so you've noticed that, too.
Oh, yes. Pretty obvious, isn't it? Yes, I think you two ought to get along very well together.
That's right. Of course, it'll never be the great romance that ours might have been. But then it'll be a nice, healthy, normal,
arrangement?
That's the word. What fun we'll have, all four of us living here together.
That'll be jolly.
Yeah. It's Miriam's house, too, and I'm crazy about it. Of course, we wouldn't be here much of the time. Miriam loves to travel, as I do. Actually, we'd only be here now and then to pick up our lunch. But even if we were here, we wouldn't get in each other's way. A great big place like this and all of us being so fond of each other. Miriam wants to elope right away, bless her heart, but I say no.
You know, it's too bad that you didn't plan a double wedding then. Just think of the fun we'd have being married on the same day.
Maybe we better dance.
On second thought, Van, maybe better not, huh? I mean, after all, I am getting married tomorrow, and I should get some rest.
Just this one last dance, Pam.
Oh, please, the dance, no?
Yes, I'd be delighted. Excuse us, please.
Why is it that I can dance so much better with you than I can with Pam?
I don't know. Pam's a better dancer than I am.
Maybe that's it. with 2 bad dances.
Un viejo amor ni se olvida ni se deja. Un viejo amor de nuestra alma sí se aleja, pero nunca dice adiós. Un viejo amor de nuestra alma sí se aleja, pero nunca dice adiós.
Please, when do we stop drinking?
Oh, Ben! How about a little nightcap?
No, thanks. Not me. Well, maybe just one might help.
I'll make it myself.
Load it up. I may need strength.
You're gonna get it.
Thank you. Good night.
He's still able to resist me. Well, I guess I didn't make that one right. Come in.
Well, Van, just what are you doing in my room?
I came here to tell you you can't marry Steve.
Oh, you did. Well, if you don't leave this instant, I'll call Steve.
I wish you would. And the 3 of us could have this out together. We should have done it long ago, but it's not too late now.
Everything would have been all right if you hadn't turned up. Why did you have to come here anyway?
I came here because I wanted to. I was curious to see how much punishment I could take.
Any other man would have had the decency to stay away.
Yes? When a man's in love, he doesn't wear himself out worrying about decency.
Yes, you're in love. You love me. You love me so much that you tossed me right in the arms of another man so I'd be happy. And then when I was happy with him, you came back to spoil everything.
What's the use in pretending, Pam? You know we love each other.
Oh, darling.
What are we going to do, darling?
I don't know. What can we do, Van?
We've got to tell Steve.
Yes, I'll tell him. There's nothing else we can do. Oh.
Stevie? How about a little drink?
No, I don't think I will. I've been doing pretty well. Well, perhaps it might help.
Got one all ready for you.
I hope it's a good one because I'm going to need strength.
Either someone else just said that or I'm hearing double.
Good night.
What are all these feats of strength that are going on upstairs? Maybe we're missing something. What is this one gulp business anyway? Huh, if they can do it, so can I. Oh, I guess they're better men than I am.
I wonder if you could stop for a moment while I speak to my fiancée.
I'm sorry, Steve. We were just coming to see you.
But you've got a long way.
I have something to tell you.
I have something to say to both
Now,
of you.
wait a minute, Steve. I have something I want to say to you first. It's awful, and I don't know quite how to say it, but, Steve, come here. Look, I have a confession to make to you. I've never been quite honest with you. I'm not Pamela Charters, the heiress. I spent my whole life on a chicken farm. My one ambition was to get away from it and marry a rich husband. I had some crazy notion it was just as easy to fall in love with a rich man as a poor one. And so we left home with our legacy, 3 sisters in search of a husband. Everything was going fine until until I fell in love with the wrong man. Oh, I know it isn't a pretty story, Steve, and I'm terribly ashamed, but there isn't anything that's real about me, except one thing. My love for Van.
But you're sisters.
Oh, Mo said it wouldn't work.
Mo?
Yes, and Elizabeth said there wasn't the right way to get a husband.
Elizabeth? Elizabeth? That's what's been on my mind all day. But this is marvelous. That's why I was pacing up and down all day. Oh, darling, you let me off, won't you? Now I know. Elizabeth, darling, Elizabeth.
Darling, what's the matter with him?
He's in love.
Why, Elizabeth, what's the matter?
Oh. Now, Elizabeth, this is no way to behave, and I'm trying to ask you a very simple question. Will you marry me?
Yes, but there's a man in my room.
A man, huh? Strange. Every girl I ask to marry me has a man in her room.
I just turned out the light when I heard a funny noise. I turned around and I saw a man, an enormous man climbing through the window. In one hand, he had something that looked like a long knife. I was right over there.
Got your gun?
Yes, I got two. Have you got yours?
Yeah, I got mine right here.
Drop your weapons.
We got you covered.
Mike!
Mike! It's just me.
You, of all people, creeping into women's bedrooms.
I didn't mean to come in here. Honest, I didn't.
Well, Mike, just what were you doing climbing around on the balcony?
I was just trying to get into Moira's room.
Moira's room? Well, I suppose that would have been perfectly proper.
Well, it certainly would be. A man has a right to visit his own wife, hasn't he?
Wife?
Wife. We were married yesterday by the Justice of Peace in Salinas.
Well, then why act like a second story worker, Mike?
Yes, why?
I think a balcony's a lot more romantic than a door.
And we're leaving for Mike's ranch right after Pam's wedding.
Mike's ranch?
A little place in Montana. About 15,000 acres and 100,000 head of cattle.
No, 100,000 acres and 15,000 head of cattle. I went out to see life, and, well, now I've seen it, I guess I'll settle down with the cows and Moira. I hope none of you mind.
Mine is great.
Oh, it's
Anybody who loves anybody else ought to get married.
And Mike, you better be good. And if you don't, you know.
Yeah, better. Well, it looks like a double wedding.
Are you sure you're divided into the right couples?
Oh, everybody's very happily mated.
Oh, everybody but me. Well, losing Ben is one of the blessings of 1938. And if you think that's nothing but sour grapes, you're absolutely right.
Well, darling, it was your idea. You're the only sister that didn't get a rich husband.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say now?
Well, exactly what I've always said. It's just as easy to fall in love with a poor man as a rich one.